All right, we're gonna talk about pause menus for like 13 minutes. Pause menus in video games, I feel like, are an unsung hero in the video game world. And let's be honest, you'll see these menus more often than you'll see most of anything in a video game. And the fact that they go so overlooked, I feel like is a little bit rude. Can we get a hashtag pause menus have feelings too down below? I want to talk about some great pause menus, some mediocre pause menus, and some menus that make me want to take actions into my own hands. And this isn't some in-depth breakdown on what makes them so good. This isn't like a design doc video where I'll go over the HUD display and design elements. I just want to talk about menus that I liked or disliked and why I did. The first pause menu we're going to be looking at is Mega Man. Man, this is iconic. I remember being a kid stuck on the fan level. This dude from Mega Man 2. And pausing so I want to put more holes in the wall. It's so simple, so effective. I mean, you see the menu, tells you how much ammo you have, click it, you swap. But it looks awful. I mean, I know I'm criticizing one of the first mainstream pause menus, but it is so bland. I mean, it doesn't even look cool. Now, in terms of style, like a D, like D tier, D rating, like bad. But functionality, we're giving this baby an A. It's pretty good. Now, you can see what I mean for what we're going over in the rest of the video. How a menu can be so simple, yet so important to a game. Like, Mega Man's got no swag, but without that menu, the game would be much worse. Okay. Let's talk about one of the most beautiful menus I've ever seen. Nier I mean, talk about gorgeous. I could sit here for hours talking about how amazing of a game this is, and I think a really good reflection of that is the menu. It just is gorgeous. The way it looks, the way it feels, it blends into the atmosphere and style of the game. I would get lost playing this game, just looking at the menu and moving around in the menu. It is so amazing. This game has such a beautiful style and voice and such powerful symbolism, and I think the pause menu is a very core and important part of that voice. On functionality, I gotta give it like a solid A. It's really good. It's really useful. I mean, it's pretty simple. There's some parts where it can get a little funny, but it's amazing. And style, S. I think this is a gorgeous menu that just bleeds personality and care, just like the game bleeds personality and care. Now, before we look at pause menus that fulfill neither functionality or style properly, we're gonna look at some of the oldest forms of pause menus and just some general styles that pause menus take throughout from the start of video games to present day. First one being, and the oldest, the freeze frame with a blinking timer, if anything. This one sucked. This is terrible. Y'all live like this? Like, this is unbelievably bad. But, I mean, it's effective. Like, it's iconic. The blinking timer letting you know that, hey, you're not going to run out of time. And then the more modern after these, the basic menu, the resume, settings, X factor, and quit. Truly like one of the best of all time. We got pause, resume, quit, Nixon 5. I mean, it's simple, very effective. It is definitely the de facto, even nowadays, for simpler games. Like if you're playing a classic 2D or 3D platformer and you need a pause, this is almost always the menu that's going to come up. And I know this is like a lump sum of, technically, like most menus have this kind of look, but I'm talking about menus that really just have like the little menu and no other flair or drama to them. No like map, no nothing like that. Some pause menus I think do this format particularly well are God of War 3, Shadow Generations, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and Super Mario Odyssey, especially Odyssey. I think Odyssey has a really nice menu. I love the fact that while it's simple, it's really reminiscent of the Mario 64 intro and title screen. And I like that Cappy flies away and then returns, and every time you move to the different parts, Mario and Cappy strike a different pose. I just think it overall adds a lot of character in a very nice and joyful game. But some menus, even in this standard format, I think don't do it very well. I think Spider-Man struggles a lot because it just looks very bland. And I know that they have the map menu, which is full of a lot of character, but the standard menu, I think, is just kind of boring and really a big nothing burger. We're gonna move on to menus that genuinely make me want to pull my eyes out with such guttural force. Now, this may be a controversial opinion. GTA 5's pause menu is terrible. I hate this thing with a burning passion. It's so slow and looks incredibly dated. Like, I know the game is very old. It's what, 12, 13 years old? But even at that time, it looks like piss. Like, especially if you're playing as Trevor, where it literally looks like piss. The map, especially on online, is unbelievably finicky, and it's so aggravating. Like, on a serious note, it's too slow on a controller with moving around, and it feels really clunky because there's so much stuff on the map in online now. But on PC, it's fine. PC, you got mouse, kind of fixes it. But even on PC, the menus for missions and friends always like take a second to load, and they look terrible. It looks like a dev menu. It looks unfinished. And like, I'm now with GTA 6 coming out, I hope that they figure out how to not only simplify and modernize the menu, but give it some style. For style, we're giving like a C tier, maybe even D tier. And functionality, I'll say it, F tier. Fight me. Another terrible pause menu, and I got people to support me on this one, is Borderlands. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is one of the worst menus of all time. It looks unassuming, and it may be like, Goose, what are you talking about? This looks fine. And honestly, yeah, the look is harmless. It's a nice hologram design. You know, we're on the Echo 4, so it looks fine. But, I mean, we are in Borderlands, even though it's a harmless design, in a game so full of style and charm, even if that charm is some of the worst written jokes you've ever seen. Like, there's still some charm and character that we could put onto the menu that I just feel like, while the hologram style is not bad, I would definitely like a little bit more. Where Borderlands 4's pause menu falls apart is the fact that it moves slower than molasses. Anything in this godforsaken menu takes so long to do. And God, the mission area, like, unbelievably garbage. I'm not even reading off the script anymore. Like, I'm just sitting here picturing the mission logs menu, trying to find out where to like go to UVHM, and it's not even like it's super complicated or anything. It's just clunky. It's slow. There's like drag and delay. The skill tree is, it's not even like awful to use. It's just like a little bit below par to where it's slightly aggravating. The mission log and map alone make me want to put it in F tier, but I'll settle at D tier, but C tier for style. The style is bland and forgettable at most, and the functionality is abysmal to fine at best. Now, if you guys thought I was gonna make a pause menu video without talking about the king and undisputed GOAT of pause menus, that's right, Atlas Game Menus. Atlas is known for having beautiful art in their games. Like, whether we're talking about the music, the actual art, the animation, the graphics, the special effects, they're known for having just amazing art direction. But their pause menus are the pinnacle of this. I mean, even the startup of the menu with Joker turning and slamming the menu at you. God, every menu you see Joker do some snazzy move like swing with his grappling hook. Hold on, grappling hook? When does he use a grappling hook? Like, but I genuinely love the attention to detail in this menu. The fact that when you're in the settings, there's a chance that he swings and jumps off the menu, or he just face plants and falls. And everything that Joker does in this menu represents the theming of the game. Rebellion, thievery, standing up against the world. Whether it's him slamming the screen at you in a rebellious way, or swinging across the screen like a classic thief, the menu really comes together to represent the character of Joker. And guys, that's just Persona 5. Persona 3, the game's theme, death, the feeling of sinking, the feeling of not belonging in a world. And every part of the menu has Makoto, the main character, sinking further and further, symbolizing his lack of care for his own life and how he's feeling drowned by emotions in the world around him. And the colors are amazing, and the fact that you see him just fall deeper and deeper, and everything flows together to look like one continuous movement. Perfect. Everything's perfect. It's so perfectly designed and well made. Style S tier, functionality S tier, 10 out of 10. Metaphor probably has just my favorite art style in all of video games. Just the way it looks, the way it feels, it all comes together to just have this beautiful art style, and I think the menu is really indicative of this. The whole game focuses a lot around the contrast between the human world and this mystical elf world, and a big way they do that is with a book. And the whole menu feels like a storybook with its effects and its artwork, and it just looks gorgeous, and I think it has some of the most best effects and best art direction in all of Atlus's menus. You've probably noticed it so far, but a lot of Atlus menus typically have the style of your traditional menu on the right and then a artistic piece on the left, and whenever you click on something, it takes you to a new scene so that they can have even more artistic representation in their already beautiful pause menus. And I think Metaphor does this the best. While I think Persona 5 is a really close second, Metaphor uses this photo of human anatomy a lot in its game, because the contrast between a lot of racism between different races of elves, and like I said, the contrast between this elf world and the human world. And I think them having the menu be little zoomed in parts of this human anatomy sketch is really cool. And the archetype tree, which is their main like Persona-like gimmick in this game, is gorgeous. I think it's really amazing. It's a little clunky to use, but I think it is genuinely just jaw-dropping and is just such an amazingly well-designed menu. I would hang this tree up in my room. Here are some menus I didn't talk about that I like, and let me know in the comments any menus you really like or really hate with every bone in your body. Subscribe if you really like this. Maybe I'll do this again, but take it away with the Persona music.